Welcome to the Friday edition of the Bliss Pickup. Hey, it's Super Bowl weekend, so we 2 days away from the final football game of the season. Man, time has flown by. I mean, this flew by this season. I mean, for Dolphin fans, it was over pretty quick. But yeah, we're gonna give our Super Bowl predictions. We have the Miami Dolphins. We are officially about to be in off-season mode. Well, technically, we are already. So we're gonna give our biggest needs this off-season. Also, man, I've been hearing a lot of people on X. I've heard certain media people. I believe a couple of them had votes, and apparently Drake May was robbed of the MVP. Now, if y'all know me, y'all know I'm Matt Stafford guy. So I had to do some research, and we're gonna break it down. But before I do all that, let me bring up my co-host, Lou. What's good with you, Lou? Hopefully your name Lou this time. Oh, okay, it's Lou.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. I had nothing to troll on today, Tom. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't troll.
yeah, yeah. No, so listen. While y'all get in the building, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, help the channel get to 800. I see y'all already funneled in. Yeah, you ain't had another troll today. What happened, Lou? You coming around to the being objective side, or you still on fire happily? I'm just trying to figure out why you ain't have no trolls today.
Um, who's happily?
Oh, my bad. Okay. There we go. That's what you
Yeah,
said. Change the name to who's happy.
you can't troll someone you don't know.
I mean, technically you can. I mean, technically you control them based on things you heard, right? Am I correct with that one?
I haven't heard nothing either.
You never heard of? Oh, so he's the head coach over here, but you haven't heard of him. Woo, boy, the hate is real. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully,
I've seen a couple. I've seen a couple pictures of them, but that's about it.
Okay.
Like,
Hey,
yeah.
hey, you know that I've seen him before. I heard about.
I seen a photo or two. Yeah, but I don't know nothing about
Let me a photo or two. Hey, listen, what's good? It's Friday, man. What's good with you this Friday? Um, the weekend, Super Bowl weekend. Hey, do you got any plans? I don't know. You got any plan for the Super Bowl?
them.
Yeah, roasting some pork.
Not, probably not. Probably to order something out. I think a couple family members might be coming through the crib to watch the game, so I don't, I don't feel like cooking nothing or going and doing no pork or nothing like that. But probably, grab some wings, fries, things of that nature, and just hang out and chill, man. You got any plans?
Well, yes, I technically I have, two parties that I've been invited to. So I'm gonna pick and choose which one I'm gonna go to. Maybe eat, maybe even go to both of them, depending on how I feel. But yeah, so I'll probably be at okay, I'll probably be at at a party somewhere, having some drinks. Somewhere where I don't have to do the cooking, like you saying, I can just show up probably with a bottle or two in hand and just have a good time and then
That's a
go
fact.
home and don't have to worry about that cleanup afterwards. So yeah, I'm probably gonna just kick back and relax at someone's party and just take advantage of that. 10 pounds of oxtails, crazy G2.
Yo, that's crazy.
Um,
That's wild.
yeah, my God, dog. But listen, man, let's get into the show. Hold on, let me see. Let me get right. All right, first topic of the day. Obviously, Miami Dolphins has been in off-season mode. There's been a lot of talk of our GM, John Eric Sullivan, Sully, whatever y'all want to call him. He brought in his head coach already. We know we got Jeff Hafley, defensive minded coach. But it's time to start getting into our off-season needs and the things that we feel like the Dolphins need the most. Whether it's on offense, defense, special teams. Hell, if you even think that we need some more coaching or better coaching, someone, may feel like that. I want to get y'all thoughts. Maybe in the chat, y'all, give me y'all thoughts as well. But Lou, going into this off season, what do you think are our biggest needs?
Tone, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna sound a little crazy because I'm not the biggest trenches guy. Everybody knows that.
Oh,
I'm a big quarterback guy, Tone. Um, I'm gonna say quarterback is not our biggest need though, for me at least. Especially in 2026. Now, would I draft one? Sure, and I'll get into that later. Biggest need for me though, Tone. And I know you're probably going to go crazy with this one because of the simple fact. I think it's been the last 2 years specifically. We went D line. I'm gonna go D line. Again, bro. Assuming, and this is based off Tone, I believe Bradley Chubb is not going to be here, right? We already know we traded, plays like, looks like Tarzan, plays like Jane. We got him up out of here. And then all we really have from a pass rushing standpoint is Chop Robinson. And I think me and you, for the most part,
Yeah.
we're not real big believers in Chop.
No.
And behind that, we got a bunch of like just guys, bro. It's the Cameron Goods of the world, this, that, and the third. I say of one of those big time, DN, again, a guy that I was always pushing back in the top 5, right? If a guy like Ruben Bain is sitting there at 11, do I look to bring a guy like that in? If Arvell Reese, let's say, falls and slips in the draft, and he's sitting there at 11, Bailey from, I believe, Texas A&M, if he's sitting out there or whatever, like, all I'm saying is, Tone, for me, that D line, especially from a pass rushing standpoint, I think for me that's the most pressing need in the offseason. Now, again, maybe that comes in the form of free agency as well. I just got to go by what Selly has kind of told us, Tone. One of the first things he said was his philosophy, his mindset of his vision of how football teams are built is inside out. I'm thinking trenches. So biggest need for me is D-line. Now, again, could it be O-line? Could it be a guy, if you're looking to move off of Austin Jackson and let's say another Miami Hurricane, Francis Mauigoa is sitting on the board? Again, that's a possibility. I just think whether it's offense or defense, it's going to be somewhere in the trenches. But for me, Tone, specifically, the D-line needs to be addressed from a pass rushing standpoint, and I think that's the biggest need for me.
So the edge,
specifically edge,
yeah,
a guy that can set the edge, be stout in the run, and also give you something from a pass rushing standpoint. And that, again, Tone, to be fair, trolling a lot of Hurricane fans, especially you, if Ruben Bain is sitting there at 11, bro, he's stout against the run, he gives you some things from a pass rushing standpoint, it would be hard to not take a guy like that if he was sitting on the board at 11. Now, does he get there? I don't know. But, yeah, bro, pass rusher for me is definitely a need or a concern of mine going into or heading into 2026.
So me personally, edge rush, I hear you. For me, I don't care what no one say. Quarterback is our biggest need going into this offseason. Now, are we going to draft one? Who knows? Not sure. But our biggest need is quarterback. Now, don't get me wrong. Our biggest need versus what I believe we're going to draft is two different stories. But to me, the biggest need is quarterback because you got Tua there. We do have Quinn Ewers in there in the building, but I don't think we trust either of those guys. And I don't think that this new regime, they're convinced on either of those guys either. Especially, and of course, they're not. That's not either one of those guys. So I don't, I won't put those guys on them. That's a different regime. So quarterback would be my number one draft pick. Now, people that I think they should draft. I think, first of all, everyone that I've been listening to, that I've been hearing, even in the media and the people that's doing mock drafts and things of that nature, you know how they get this time of season, Lou. It's mock draft season. You have 350,000 mock drafts within the first week. And I don't see no one, unless, at least from what I've been watching, no one put cornerback down. I think cornerback is our second biggest need here. What cornerback do we have returning on his roster? Jason Marshall Jr.? Again, a guy they didn't draft.
Mm.
I heard someone bring up Cater Cole. Didn't we sign him? We signed him for one more year, so he's going too.
Yeah, he's a free agent.
So you trying to tell we have one returning cornerback? That's
Well,
a rookie.
We have Juju Brent.
Juju Brent injured,
absolutely
injury prone, and so I think that's a huge. No one's talking about how big of a hole we have at cornerback, and when it comes to BPA, cornerbacks is up there. When you typically talk about BPA, that's one of those premium positions: cornerback, quarterback, edge rusher, tackle, wide receiver. Those are the 5 premium positions that if you go BPA, for the most part, it'd be one of those positions. And not enough people talk about how we don't have a cornerback here. A reliable one at that. Now, Jeff Hafley is a defensive guy. Now, you said Ruben Bain, which is an edge rusher, so I think that's right along the lines of something that he may do, that they may look into. But I believe him being an offensive guy, his first job pick may, at least he would recommend that we draft a defensive guy, get someone that he wants. He did say, and he always stated that I'm going to leave that to Sully, but I'm quite sure when he give his input, for the most part, it's going to be on the defensive side. So your cornerback is the number 2 biggest, need that I feel like the Dolphins need this offseason. And that's a premium position.
You said number 2? You said number 2?
Yeah, number 2. Number 1 is quarterback.
For you, number 1 is quarterback.
Yes, number 1 is quarterback.
Okay.
Hands down.
Okay. All right.
So, and let's not. I believe it was Sauce Gardner, and I believe Michael Parsons. Did they give up 2 first rounds for Michael Parsons?
They gave up 2 first rounders. Yeah.
Okay.
For Michael.
So that's the edge rusher and the cornerback, huh, Lou?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Most value.
Yeah.
And all the people that got traded, the most value came from edge and cornerback position.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. Lewis, he felt like his edge. I feel like his cornerback. That's crazy because we didn't even discuss this, right? And then it's hard. Those are it's difficult to find those game changers at both of those positions. Notice what do they affect the most? The quarterback. Edge rusher attack the quarterback. Cornerbacks attached to the wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
That's why those are premium positions. Now, my third biggest need is edge, Lou. Only reason I feel like the third biggest need is edge is because if you look, at least from a filling a roster standpoint, I believe they have Chop, which isn't their guy. They still have Mo Camara. And God, I keep forgetting.
Mo Camara was released.
They released him?
They released him last year.
Okay. Did they? Oh, okay. And I was thinking Quinn Bell and
the what's his name? I just said it. Cameron Good.
Cameron Good. No, it's one more. Remember the dude that everybody wanted to play, but they stashed him? Young cat. But anyways, I think they have, at least from a similar roster standpoint, they have some there. So, but these are realistically speaking, I think cornerback and edge are going to should be their first 2 who they're going to attack in the draft. But the biggest need is quarterback, which we know they probably going to get a quarterback further down the line. If they was to somehow go get a quarterback at 11, it's no one that I will make a decision on, but I'm not going to be mad at it. We already had that last episode when I was talking about, what's the difference between what is Drake Maye? Who I said? Drake Maye, Bo Nix, and there was one more quarterback that I said, and Ty Simpson. No, hey, if you identify him as being your guy, go get him. But I doubt it. So edge would be my third biggest need that I think we need for this team. Fourth, I believe they need wide receiver. Now they have Malik Todd, Washington, those smaller, both on the smaller size. I don't think are fits the mold of the type of guys that they probably will be bringing in. So I don't think they have that profile. They did just bring in a big body guy that they signed. So, as we know, so that means they know they have to address the wide receiver role. And now this is the kicker for me. If they decide to move off of Waddle to get draft capital, wide receiver becomes even higher on this list.
A big need.
So wide receiver. That's my fourth biggest need. I mean, wide receiver has to be there. 5, safety. If I'm not mistaken, we both of the starting safeties, they might not return unless they decide to bring Minka back. But I doubt, like I highly doubt if they're gonna pay him that contract. So he might be gone. And even if they do decide to keep him, you need depth at that position, and you probably need another starter. Now, we do have Dante Trader Jr. I'm not sure if they like him, but he may fit the mold of the type of guy that they looking for. But I think safety should be on this list. Secondary, as you can see, secondary is on my list because that was our biggest concern coming into last season. We didn't have a brand new secondary. And it's going to be basically the same thing this year. So I'm just saying, safety. And then, Patrick McMorris, I know he was undrafted, but I don't know. These are guys that they didn't bring in, and they pretty much disposable. And I believe they may keep some of these guys just to fill the roster.
Absolutely.
Special team guys. And I threw in just a bonus because I wanted to get top 5, at least me for my top 5. I just threw in a bonus. I think guard. Guard is a concern for me.
From a depth standpoint or from a starting standpoint?
Starter standpoint.
Because so who are you replacing?
Daniel.
James Daniel. Okay.
Injured, right? What we signed him for? How many years we signed him for?
It was a 3-year. No, it was a 3-year, $24 million.
But they had to out after this season. Like it was a 3-year, but they could get rid of him after this season. So I took that in consideration. It might not be the guys, but to fill the roster, they may keep him. And then I think that's it. Cole Strange. I think he was on a 1-year deal. I think Daniel Brunskill.
Yeah, you're already throwing out Mr. Guaranteed money.
Jonah is on the left side.
Oh, so you just talking about right guard? Okay,
right guard. Now either or. But I'm just saying right guard based on the positions that we're probably going to need someone there. I believe guard they should, and you should. The way this offensive line has been playing, I don't believe that's how they want to build their offensive line. If so to speak, I think if I believe Patrick Paul. Maybe the only one they look at it like, oh, yeah, okay, we want to keep him around. Aaron Brewer, I think mindset-wise, yes, but do I think he fit the mold? Maybe not. He's on the smaller side, but he played bigger than the size. Like he was up for the first ever Protector of the Year award, and he was a finalist. That says a lot. And correct me, he made All-Pro this year, right? It was him and Jordan Brooks, the only 2 All-Pros we had.
Yep.
So, and he's All-Pro center. So that's why I went more guard. And I believe, offense the trenches, like you said, I think they say they built for the trenches. I believe they're going to attack the edges and the guards here for sure. Now, right tackle, I believe is also a need. They got to figure out what they're going to do with Austin Jackson. They have to. He's injured, so I'm quite sure they're going to address that position some way, somehow. So we are in agreement that it's going to be them trenches. They're going to invest in them trenches some way, somehow. But do you have any? Let's say a trench guy on the offensive line that you think going in that we should keep an eye on?
From a draft, or you talking about on our team?
For the draft.
Well, again, Tony, you were just talking about tackle, specifically right tackle. Austin Jackson, we know, is probably not coming back. Again, bro, your guy, a hurricane guy, Francis Mauigoa.
Yes.
If he's on the board at 11, I think the Dolphins run to the table, right? Or turn in the card early. At least that would be for me. And I love there's a couple guys in the draft specifically, Tone, and I know, here in the next couple of weeks we'll start
Yeah.
doing
Couple
our
weeks,
our
like,
draft
yep.
prospects and highlighting certain guys. Everybody knows I'm a Sonny Styles guy. I would love to have Sonny Styles pair him up with Jordan Brooks. But again, bro, you brought up Patrick Paul. I think when you heard Sully, he talked about Patrick Paul as one of those foundational guys. I think there is no doubt they look at Patrick Paul and see a guy that can be here for the next 10 to 12 years.
Yes.
You mean to tell me if Francis Mauigoa, I believe he's the best tackle available, right?
Yes.
He's like the best in the business coming out of the draft.
Yes.
If I'm looking at it, Tone, and he's there at 11, and I already got Patrick Paul, and the trajectory looks like it's very good, right? He's looking to, hey, that's a guy that we can build on. Man, what a luxury it would be to have you pair that up with Francis Mauigoa. And now your two baseline, your tackles, right, they're the future, right? Those are guys you could build around.
Bookend.
Patrick Paul. Those are bookend tackles, Tone. You took the words right there. They're bookend tackles. So yeah, again, there's a couple players I like, and Sonny Styles is one. Ruben Bain and a couple other pass rushers. I don't want to give away too much. There's some corners, according to you, but yeah, specifically about the right tackle, Tone, for sure. Like, again, bro, you can't take away the talent of Francis Mauigoa, and I think if he's there at 11, I think that would be not only a safe pick, Tone, it would probably be, we're always talking about just take the best player available.
Best player. Yes.
I think if he's there at 11, Tone, he's the best player available, and I'm looking to pair that up with Patrick Paul for years to come.
Yep. And the reason I asked is because I figured you was going to say Francis Mauigoa. Ruben Bain, Francis, Mauigoa right there. Who you going? Mauigoa or Bain?
I'm going Mauigoa.
Yep, me too. I'm going Mauigoa. I have to get that edge. That tackle. I rather solidify both of my tackles, and then I think there's some depth in the edge department when it comes to drafting. But you got to get that offensive line. I mean, because you could simulate pressure, right, and you can compensate for pass rush, but man, there's no compensation for them right tackles, man. I mean, them right and left tackles. There isn't.
Yep.
You're doing keep a guy in chip. No. Right. So that is a good. I see some people say he'll be gone. David Ferguson, my brother. Styles, my guy too. Caden Proctor, big boy at O-line.
I'm trying to stay
away from here. Him, if you too, Lou. No,
I'm not on Proctor, bro.
No,
I'm not.
No, I'm good. Now, Lou, I thought this guy was coming out this year, but apparently he isn't. You ever heard? And now this is why I need Steve, Kelvin, my trenches guys, right? You heard of a dude named K. McConnell?
Nah, Tone, I haven't.
Lou, listen, man. Great Zabel, I just stumbled upon one looking.
Right.
Looking.
Right.
I stumbled upon K. McConnell. He's a senior this year. I think he's going back from Vanderbilt. I think he transferred from Minnesota. He's at Vanderbilt. Lou, there was, I'm trying to see where was I looking. I was looking up something, and his name came across, and I clicked on his name, and I saw it put me up to X. I saw one highlight. He's a guard. He's a guard. Let me put that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
On the left side, but he's versatile. He played all over the line. He played tackle and guard. But listen, hey, Lou, he helped this dude. Boom, knocked him out the way. Turned around and lit the other. I'm talking about laid him out. And I see it's a possibly the best block of the season or best block of history or something. And you know how I like my offensive linemen. Mean green machines. Attitude. I said, oh man. So I went back and I tried to, but I had to get the show. No, I was running late. And I saw one more play. I'm gonna look into this guy, but I'm just saying, when I see something, I'm like, hold on. If you was the offensive line, you grab my attention. I'm telling you, that's how I know. And I seen another play. It was on a pass play. Blocking. Quarterback takes off. You know how them dudes, they usually, once the quarterback get in front of them, they let it go. Nope. Quarterback takes off. The dude try to run out them. He never engaged with. Flipped them on, laid on top of him. Put your hand, how you put your hand on the fork. Just a little attitude. No, yes. So if he's not coming out this year, I think he's going back for a senior season. Just keep an eye. Listen to me. Keep an eye on that dude. K. McConnell. He's the left guard for Vanderbilt. Trust me. I haven't did full research, but the 2 plays I saw so far, I'm like, oh yeah, he might be my next year's Gray Zabel.
Okay, yeah.
A dude, because I haven't seen him on no one's radar. I haven't seen. I even looked up his job projection. They had him if he came out. They had him going undrafted. I said, I remind me of somebody that was touted to be undrafted until they hit that senior bowl, and then all of a sudden everyone knew who he was. So just remember that name, K. McConnell. So I just want to throw that out because I usually don't get excited, but when I see physical, tough nose, attitude, finish. What did I say I like about Aaron Brewer? At least one thing I said about Aaron Brewer, when he he's
trying to finish. Yeah,
finish. Y'all don't understand. Mindset is my biggest thing. Whenever it comes to trenches or anything that I have to deal with offensive, defensive line, mindset is my first thing that I'm looking for.
That's
how I evaluate.
You were bringing up guards. Obviously, in your top 5, you were specifically talking guards. Now you're bringing up this kid. We don't, I'm gonna take a look at him too. Shout out to Mystic though, and I see Mystic's brother. He was in here earlier. The 2 Iowa boys, right? Like they out there.
You see who I got on? He's right there. I know you about to talk about him. Huh?
What is your opinions on Jennings Dunker? And do you think that's a possibility, or Miami should look into Jennings Dunker in the 2nd round?
Now, the only thing I saw was a couple clips from the East West Shrine Bowl or the Senior Bowl? With the Senior Bowl, right? I'm not gonna lie. And his 101 reps, it was a lot that I liked there. I saw a lot to be like, but that's all I saw. I seen mentality, I seen mindset, and I'm not gonna lie. When you see a dude like that with the mullet, you know what I'm saying? It just screams offensive lineman and don't take no.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, it just seemed like that. So I'm really listen. I'm not big on the glitz and glam. Like when you get to know these tackles, you remember the dude that the Patriots took at tackle name. Everybody was out and saying this and that about it, but I'm not big on those guys.
Yeah, that's the LSU tackle.
The young man from LSU. Yeah, Will Campbell. I wasn't big on him. I didn't see nothing really bad, but he didn't jump off the screen to me like Gray Zabel did. And then he also and then Tyler Booker impressed me more than Will Campbell did. And going into the season, these are the guys that I was talking about, right? It was to the point, you remember, Lou, some people, Kelvin, I'll give you credit, was saying he wouldn't mind taking them at 13. And I was like, you know what? I don't care about what they say about potential and the positions. You don't take them up there and all that. I'm like, I'm watching him play, and if they feel like I would have rather had him than Kenny Grant right now. And
absolutely. Yep.
Most definitely over Jonas Savai.
Absolutely. Yep.
And I'm like, those were the 2 from last season that I was like, no, those are the two that I watched. I watched the Mimbles, and I was like, the height might be a problem, but I don't see no really too much flaws in his game. But it just, I have a type of mode that I'm looking for. He just didn't fit it. But I'd say I think he would be really good in the league. He just don't fit my mold. I was a Grace Abel, Tyler Booker type guy, right? And Mimble did amazing in there. Now Will Campbell, he was up and down this season. Now, I saw some reps. I ain't like I don't like seeing my tackles or my offensive lineman face down, ass up. No, I don't like that. Yeah, nah. If I could sing an Uncle Luke song to you, nah, bro, I'm sorry. But he had some good reps. He's been pretty good. But I think Grace Abel and Mimble, and Tyler Booker, they seem to have a long, successful career ahead of them. So, but that's Dunker, a day 2 pick, maybe 3. Hey, Trey, if we could get a guy like Dunker in a day 2 or day 3, I think the value is there.
I would agree with that.
Most definitely there. But yeah, Lou, I listen, bring him in, Jeff Hafley or Sully, bring that young man in. I'm cool with that. Always build build with the trenches. Beat like what too many? Oh, beat like a drum too many times. Who you talking about, Roadrunner?
You probably talking about Will Campbell.
Campbell probably. So yeah, but yeah, that's any other prospects you thinking about, Lou? I know we're gonna get more into it later on, but I usually typically don't get excited about draft or prospect, but when I see one that fit that mindset, it just I'll be like, hey, bring that man in.
Well, I think, Tone, the last thing I'll just say from the draft standpoint, I think where the Dolphins sit at 11, I think there's going to be a good player eventually. Listen, again, you highlighted your top 5. You were talking about the secondary, a guy we haven't really mentioned, and over the past couple of weeks we've had, I don't want to say arguments. We've just had discussions about a certain player that, according to some might be generational. That's another guy, Tone, like Caleb Downs. The secondary, right? You were highlighting the secondary, specifically the safety position. If he's there at 11, could there be a world, Tone, where Malagoa, Caleb Downs, Sonny Styles, and one of the top corners are all on the board at 11? Like, where do you go? Obviously, you'll be able to get a good football player, but I think the Dolphins might be in a tough spot. And it's just, from a philosophy standpoint, what would they want to do? Do you want to build? Well, again, but at that point,
if Malagoa is there with all them people you named, I think he's the best.
Malagoa is a pick?
Yeah, for me, okay. That's my BPA right there. Even though we know most likely they're not going to be there. I see you, Rashad, in there. But all those guys are not going to be available for the most part. But if those, and you can even throw in Ruben Bain in there, I'm going Maye. Yes.
I would tend to agree with that. I'm just saying there. I think at 11, at the end of the day, bro, we're going to get a really, really good football player. It's just basically what direction the Dolphins want to go. So it'll be interesting to see. But I do think they'll have, the choice to have a very good player wherever that position is.
Yeah, I mean, they was in a good position in at 13, but it is what it is. Well, but listen, yeah, man. Remember, starting next week, we will be, the Super Bowl is coming up, so that's going to be the last game of the season, and then we're in full off-season mode, at least for us here on the show. So yeah, y'all come around. We're gonna start giving our prospects and people who we think we're going to start looking out for and things of that nature. So yeah, but speaking of last game of the season and Super Bowl, hey man, topic number 2. Hey, Seattle Seahawks versus the New England Patriots. First of all, let me say this. The fact that the New England Patriots are back in the Super Bowl already, it should disgust every Miami Dolphin fan. Whether you're a negative fan, whether you're a positive fan, you should be disgusted that the New England Patriots have made it to another Super Bowl, another one, before we got a playoff victory.
You know what? You know what's crazy, Tone? The New England Patriots are back in the Super Bowl, and you know what they did? They went and got a veteran head coach. But continue, my bad. I don't even know. I don't even know why I cut you off there, Tone. You, yeah,
This is the
you
second
was
time
doing
head
your
coach. Hold on.
thing.
He
You was
one of the
doing
new
your
guys.
thing.
He one of the guys. Oh, I will prefer him over the John Harbaughs and in the Mike Tomlins. He more of the younger people. That's all I'm saying.
All I
Sean
know is
McVay, he fall in that line. I was talking about veteran head because there's only a second head
all I
coach.
know, somebody in New England went and checked resumes. That's all I'm saying. They went and got somebody in the New England front office went and seen that resume and was like, "Oh, let me go get that guy." Yeah.
Well, he wasn't available this year, was he? No, all right, cool.
Well, somebody like him was available though. So
Hey, you know what? That is crazy now. But you know what? Since you want to talk, hold on. Since you want to talk, right? I remember off-season discussion. I said we was going to revisit after the season, and I remember distinctly speaking to you, my brother, saying, Mike Vrabel over there for the Patriots. My brother, we're not beating them.
you got the audio on that? I'm just saying you got the audio.
I know one dude was like, "Oh, Mike Vrabel ain't gonna do nothing," and Tua killed them. Mike, I know one thing. Every time he went up against this offense, he made us look like fools, with or without Tua. But you know what? You're right. Let's not bring up old stuff. But I remember speaking of one that coach and said, yeah, he one of them. But yeah. So the New England Patriots are back in the Super Bowl. They're going up against Seattle Seahawks. Now I know we couldn't have a show without at least giving our Super Bowl predictions, and we don't even need scores. But Lou, who do you believe had the advantage of the game and will probably most likely eventually win?
Well, the better team, to me, Tone, the better team is the Seattle Seahawks. I would say when you look at roster for roster, I would say the Seahawks have a legitimate number one receiver. I think the Patriots have a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
I think the running back room I would give to New England with the two-headed monster. Chardonnay being Seattle's number 2. He's obviously out. Yeah, okay. He's out. So it's just Kenneth Walker. So I'll give the running back room to New England. So either way, Tone, I think Seattle's the better team. Unfortunately for us, and it pains me to say this, and I could be wrong, I got New England winning this game. First of all, Nick Eamon-Ward, our guy, Tone. Well, my guy, your guy. Greg Zabel is also over there, right, with Seattle. But Nick Eamon-Ward, he was spotted. I guess he had a real bad limp. They're saying he's injured, this, that, and the third. I'm sure he's going to play. They'll shoot him up. But let me give you the keys to what I think New England's game plan would do, and I'm just going to come from a Mike Vrabel standpoint, Tone. Mike Vrabel played under Bill Belichick. He kind of learned under Bill Belichick. And one thing Bill Belichick used to do, Tone, was he's going to take a part of the game away from you, is basically what he's going to do. And I just believe that the defense in New England is going to dedicate to try to stop the run. That's my belief. I think they're going to say, no, Seattle, in this game, you have one legitimate weapon. I get it, JSN, he offensive player of the year. Shout out to him, great year. But really, that's all Seattle really has, right? If I'm New England, the game plan, I believe, and I think this is what they're going to do, they're going to try to stop the run, maybe even load the box. And as impressive that Sam Darnold has been last season, Tone, with Minnesota, we know what he did. 14 wins with Minnesota, this, that, and the third. What happened in the playoffs? It wasn't good, right? They got bounced out. I know Sam Darnold is coming off a great game against your guys, the Rams, in the championship game, and I get it. This is probably the biggest game Sam Darnold has ever played in, Tone.
Oh, no, probably not. This is
not even probably. This is the best game. And I just believe if you force him to where the running game for Seattle is non-existent, it's not there, Can Sam Darnold rise up to the occasion? I don't think so. And I just think that New England is very well coached. They don't beat themselves, bro. That's one thing New England does not do. They don't beat themselves. It's not going to be a lot of penalties on them. They don't really turn the ball over like that. They're just fundamentally sound. I think it's going to be too much for Seattle to overcome. I don't got no blowout here. I think it's going to be a good game. But ultimately, I think New England forces Sam Darnold into some bad moments in the game. And I know we weren't going to give a score. I'll give my score, Tone. I say 23-20, New England with the victory. I just believe New England pulls this thing out. Not saying that Drake May's going to have an amazing game, but again, bro, the kid he doesn't seem to make the big crucial mistakes. And I just trust Mike Vrabel. Another guy, Tone, real quick, I didn't even bring up, but offensively with New England, like Josh McDaniels, bro, their offensive coordinator. He's not head coach material, Tone, but hey, he's one of the best offensive minds this game has ever seen.
He won assistant coach of the year, right? Or coordinator of the year, something like that.
Absolutely. Bro, Josh McDaniels, he knows how to work with quarterbacks. He did it with Brady. He did it with Sam Castle that year that Tom Brady went out. Obviously, look at Drake May this season. Like, I just think the coaching is better on New England overall. It's just they don't beat themselves. Again, Tone, I got New England 23-20.
Well, me personally, if you look at it from the outside looking in, yes, the Seattle is the favorite. I believe. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me fix. Okay, there we go. Seattle is favorite. They have the better team, so they should win this game. And ultimately, I believe if Sam Darnold don't mess it up, they will win this game. Who I'm rooting for, unfortunately for us, I for some reason I'm looking at Patriots and like what's his name? Mike Vrabel. You brought up very good points by saying what he's gonna do. He's gonna take away what you do best. That's the culture tree he comes from. They're gonna take away from you do best and make you force you to beat them with the things that you don't want to do. And we all know, and everyone knows there's one weakness over there at Seattle, and that's at quarterback. Now, he's been playing amazing the past 2 seasons. But we understand the Patriots are the team. I don't know if y'all remember, but the team that he said he was seeing ghosts, if y'all remember that, it was against the Patriots. Let's not forget that. The Patriots team is the one that he said he was seeing ghosts against. And we know Mike Vrabel, he's what he's going to try to do is confuse that quarterback. He's going to get in your head. He's going to try to make you see those ghosts. They're going to be physical. This is going to be a physical football game. Hard, tough, no football game. I don't see no blowout. Most people are predicting a blowout Seattle way. And all I'm saying is, if Mike Vrabel, due to Sam Darnold, what I believe he's going to do, the Patriots might shock the world. And that is the biggest, what you call that? X factor. That's the biggest X factor going into this Super Bowl. How is Sam Darnold going to perform? It's all signs are pointing to Seattle mopping the floor with the Patriots. And we all know when that happens, things tend to not go that way. But if you look at it, all signs point to Patriots are going to get the doors blown off them. Drake May has played like trash in these playoffs. Now he had a okay game when he threw 3 touchdowns, but all those was gimmies. They were all gimmies. So all I'm saying is that might listen, man. Vrabel might come with a game plan that says, Sam Darnold, I'm taking everything away from you. I'm gonna dare you to beat me. And yes, you have a dynamic player at wide receiver, the offensive player of the year this season. He's the offensive player, JSN. But you know what? We got Christian Gonzalez.
And I was about to say, Tone, to your point, because I knew you were going. Christian Gonzalez, bro, he's one of them one.
All pro.
Christian Gonzalez is like that, bro.
Be like, hey, Christian, we don't need you to make every play. We just need you to make that D play.
That's a fact.
JSN, he gonna get his off. He gonna do his thing. But when you have a guy like Christian Gonzalez, the worry for JSN, it goes down just a little bit more. And be like, hey, we got a guy that we believe in and we trust in. I've watched him go up against the top tier wide receivers and hold his own.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I think Stephon Diggs is gonna be a sleeper here.
Drake
Maye, I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna have to do, my brother. You're gonna have to win with your feet. You have to make some plays because you know that defense, Nick and Monroe is a little banged up, but like Lou said, they're gonna shoot him up. That defense is top 3. What's the number 2 overall defense? So defense ain't no joke.
Oh yeah.
So just don't make the mistakes. And I hope that let's see if the moment is too big for him. See, that's the thing. What I think. What Drake made, it benefits him. Sam Darnold hasn't been here either. He hasn't, and his whole thing is he has the most. You know, Sam Darnold has the most pressure on him. I believe Drake Maye is playing with house money. The Patriots are playing with house money because they're not supposed to be here. They're not expected to be here. You look at the schedule.
1,000%.
Right.
Yep.
No one. Everyone is talking. Look at this schedule. They haven't played no one. The wins in the playoffs. Oh, there's asterisks about every last one of them. Look how CJ Stroud played. He would play like trash. Blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
Bo Nix got injured. Like y'all basically had a free. What people looking at? Y'all had a free ride.
Absolutely.
It was a turnover fest. At Houston, against Houston, that was a turnover fest.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they're playing with house money, and Drake Maye, you're not going up against another guy on the other side that you like. Well, we know he's been here before, and we know we get what we're getting out of him. He has the biggest question. I think people question how he's going to play more than they question Drake Maye now.
Oh, absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
So, you know,
and when you're talking, Tone, about who's been there before, like Drake Maye's never been there, Sam Darnold's never been there.
But
Vrabel has as a player, and you know who else has been there? Josh McDaniels as a play caller.
Oh, Josh McDaniels too. I didn't even think about him.
Josh McDaniels, again, just the advantages of guys that you can lean on, like for Sam Darnold, for instance, Mike Macdonald, and again, it's been impressive. I see Trey earlier in the chat saying what Mike Macdonald has meant to Seattle, kind of turning them around. And no shot at Mike Macdonald. But if Sam Darnold or anybody else, for that matter, like Mike Macdonald, this is his first time here. The advantage that Drake Maye can have, let's say Drake Maye is whatever, he can go talk to guys that's been, if he wants to talk to Mike Vrabel, bro, Mike Vrabel has played in this game. He can
and
calm
been in those pressurized situations too.
He's been in these moments. He can try to get the young man settled down. Josh McDaniels, he's been and called games in the Super Bowl. Like he can, settle his young quarterback down. I just think there's a lot of advantages when you look at it. And Tone, you know, I'm not the biggest coaching guy and stuff, but in games like this, coaching does matter. The preparation that a coach can have on a young team like New England is, like that is just beneficial, bro. And I think that's going to play dividends this coming Sunday, man. I really do.
One of the biggest and most talked about coaching decisions in Super Bowl history was these Patriots going up against these very same Seattle Seahawks.
Yes, sir.
And that goal line when they were like, everyone is panicking and they like, Bill, what do you want to do? You want to call timeout? And Bill like, yeah, I got it. Calm, cool, and collected. No, I got it. Yep. Don't worry.
Hey, Tone, real quick, because I want you to keep going. But this is true. I would have to confirm this. But the homie Ghost is saying he put in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
chat.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm going to bring that up. Yeah.
5 former head coaches on that
Yes.
staff, bro.
Yeah, they brought it up this morning on the Joe Rogan show. There's 5 former head coaches on this team, on that coaching staff.
Damn, bro, I didn't know that.
Yes, 5 former head coaches. That boy Mike Vrabel put together a staff, Lou. I know you're not a coaching guy, but I know you wouldn't be looking down at that coaching staff.
Hey, I did not know that, Tom.
Yeah, 5 former head coaches are on that coaching staff. You talk about people you can rely on, the intangibles. I'm just saying. And we know in these big games, the nerves get to you, and it's something. I've been there. Listen, I played sports, right? Organized sports in high school. I understand when the big game moments, things be moving 1,000,000 miles per hour. And now just add in this atmosphere and then the fans screaming, yelling. I believe I told this story before. I went my 11th grade year, my junior year in high school. I was playing basketball. Coach Frank Martin, shout out to Frank Martin. This is the year that I met, that I actually became a Florida Gator fan, right? And it started doing my high. It was 2001. It was 2001. No, sorry. No, this wasn't. This was my sophomore year. It was in 2000 because I remember I became a fan in 2000. It was in 2000. My sophomore year. We were playing a tournament in Tallahassee. We went to Gainesville. Then after Gainesville, we went to Tallahassee, playing a basketball tournament. And we met Bobby Bowden. And, I mean, not Bobby Bowden. What's the basketball coach that was up there? But he knew Bobby Bowden and he knew the coaching staff in FSU, so they allowed us to go on the state in the stadium, to go on the field, and they took us to the 50-yard line in Doak Campbell Stadium. And when I tell you, empty stadium, but just looking at the stadium and how many people could. I was like, man, it was giving me goosebumps. And I'm like, now just add in all these screaming, what it was, like, what they hold, like 90-some thousand over there? Add in 90,000 screaming fans. Woo, way. I was like, man, that pressure. Like a lot of people, if you haven't been there, you don't understand that. So you're going to need a coach and people to come and bring you, hey, listen. Keep calm, relax, focus on what we practice. Kurt Signetti, I heard an interview that he said that resonated with me, and I said that makes a lot of sense. He said, we practice on 6 seconds of play. We don't care what the score is. We don't care how much we winning by. We don't care what's going on, what the down the distance. Nothing. We focus on focus on your assignment for only this play and this play only. We don't look ahead until, we have to make plays because we down by 48 minutes. He said, because why? When the game is on the line and it's tight and you're down or you're up, if you're thinking like that instead of on your assignments, then guess what? That's when you get tight. That's when you get nervous. That's when you start overthinking things. I simplify everything. And I say, man, it's a reason he's where he at and he did what he did for Indiana, because he understands all of the nuances, all the ins and outs, the little intangibles that you can't teach. You can't overlook, that has to be taught. And I'm like, just think about, I'm teaching my players tunnel vision and play by play. We're not thinking about that because I want you to perform whether you're down 48 or whether you're up 48. So when you get into the pressure-wise moment, you're used to focusing on that. And I have something to say. Hey, listen, remember, 6 seconds. I don't care about what's going on. I just 6 seconds. And guess what he said? It become muscle memory. That's what awareness is. When things start to become muscle memory. Luke Kuechly just made it into the Hall of Fame. And They would say, man, he will call out plays, and we'd be like, how do you know that? He did his film study, muscle memory.
Yep.
Oh, I remember seeing this. Boom, 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 blah, blah, blah. He's not even worried about it if he up 50. He's worried about what he studied, what he focused on. That's why the people that stay in the classroom, the Tom Brady's and the Peyton Manning, the mental people, that's why they're so good in the clutch moments.
Absolutely.
Because they're focused on assignments, what I'm looking for, instead of the scoreboard. And that's when you learn how to compartmentalize those things, then you become able to perform in the clutch. Look at a guy, my guy, Joe Burrow. Look at him. He's cool, calm, cool. What they say? Calm, cool, and collected. Cool Joe. Joe Cool, that's what they call him, sorry. Yeah, because he's focusing on what he learned. I don't care what the score is. That's why, remember the video we played where he was pissed off? Man, I remember, F that. I'm focused on these 4 starts.
That's a fact.
Joe, we up. Man, I don't care about that. Mentality, people. That's why he could perform in those those pressure moments. So, yeah, I think that'll be a big, I said all that to say, I don't even know who I feel like going to win. I believe Seattle has the better team. But if I had to lean to who I believe or who I will go with, it would be the Patriots for the upset. And that's crazy. I hate me and you are thinking on the same, but just because for me, it seemed too easy that Seattle is the best. Like, they only have one weakness. That's all they have to overcome. But that's a big thing to overcome. And Mike Vrabel know that as well. So, but yeah, so there you go. We have our Super Bowl predictions right there. I guess me and Lou are on the Patriots. I know the whole world think that they're going to get blowed out. Even if they lose, I don't think it's going to be by a large margin. I just don't think so. I think it's going to be a real close game. But hey, listen, we got one more, last but not least, one more question. And y'all know I wasn't going to leave here without talking about my guy. You know, if y'all know me, then y'all know I have 2 favorite quarterbacks. Matthew Stafford was my first favorite quarterback, and number 2 is Joe Burrow. So for all you Dolphin fans, look at the losing Patriot fans. Yeah. Hey, have you ever seen Men in Black? Delusional Patriot fan, just forget you heard what you just heard, my brother. Apparently, I know. Have you seen the votes? It was what, 24-23? Matthew Stafford.
It was close, bro.
Yeah, there was some guy. Hey, look, I don't know who this guy is. Well, he made himself known. There was one guy that voted for Justin Herbert as the MVP.
And that man should have his vote taken away. Whoever that is crazy, bro.
Wow. He said never leave home without Maye. Someone voted for Justin Herbert, and then 2 guys voted for Josh Allen. So there go your 3 votes that, so you had the 47, it's 50 votes. So you had 24 for Matt Stafford, 23 for Drake Maye. So it was a very, very close, razor-thin vote. But what I don't like, and everyone knows of me, I don't like the fact that people are saying that Drake Maye was robbed of the MVP. I don't like it. No, if you don't mind, I would like to take this question first.
No. Listen, bro, you got some homework. I think you did. So do your thing.
I did my homework. Now, Lou, in the chat, do y'all remember what I said is killing the sports world?
Yeah, analytics.
I can't stand them. I hate people that goes off these analytics. It irks my nerve. Numbers are part of sports. Analytics, I think they should get rid of them. Just get rid of them. Because people are starting to use analytics and ignore the facts and the numbers you cannot dispute numbers. If you score 40 points, you scored 40 points. If you give up an average of 8 points, you give up an average of 8 points. There's no ifs, ands, expected. EPA is becoming the worst 3 letters in my life when it comes to sports. I cannot stand this. It's getting on my nerves. I hope they ban that from sports. This foolish EPA. Now, I don't know what EPA stands for, but one thing I did learn, correct me if I'm wrong, but don't the E stand for expected? So we're going.
You're nah, bro. Your guess is as good as mine. I still don't know what it is.
So we're going by expected expectations. This is what we're going off now. Expectations. So the argument was, oh, now they have one solid argument, and that was the team that they went head to head against. Drake Maye outplayed Matt Stafford, and he did. I went and did the homework. So yes, in they had 6 common opponents. I got them here. They played New Orleans. They both played New Orleans. Drake Maye had 261 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. God, Matt Stafford against that same team had 281 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. So Matt Stafford outdid him on that game. Carolina, Drake Maye had 203 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. That same Carolina team, Matt Stafford had 243 yards, 2 touchdowns, but he had 2 interceptions. I would like to point out that they both beat New Orleans. Drake Maye, the Patriots, they beat Carolina. Matt Stafford, they lost to Carolina. Right? Tennessee, they both played Tennessee. Drake Maye, 222 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interception. They won that game 31-13. Matt Stafford against that same team, 298 yards, 2 touchdowns, but he did have the 1 interception. They also won that game. So that was pretty close. They played Atlanta, 259 yards for Drake Maye, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. They won that game 34-7. Matthew Stafford against that same Atlanta, he had 259, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. That's my bad. 259, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. And they won that game 24-23. Matt Stafford against that same Atlanta defense, 269, only 10 yards more, 2 touchdowns, but he had 3 interceptions. And they lost that game 24-27. Tampa Bay, Drake Maye, 273 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. That same team, Matt Stafford, 270 yards, so 3 yards less, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. They both won those games. Drake Maye and the Patriots won 34-7. Matthew Stafford and the Rams also won 34-7. And the last common team was Baltimore Ravens. Drake Maye, 380 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. And Matthew Stafford, he had only 181 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. So in a grand total, right, Drake Maye had, against those same common opponents, he had 1,598 yards, 14 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. Matthew Stafford, 1,542 yards, 13 touchdowns, but he had 7 interceptions. So he had 1 less touchdown, and he had 5 more interceptions against common opponents. And if you go right there, Drake Maye, you got it. Now this is where it get dark. Matthew Stafford and Drake Maye versus top 10 defenses they faced. Drake Maye faced a grand total of 1, and he played that team twice. That's Buffalo Bills. Matthew Stafford, game 1, 273 yards, 0 touchdowns, no interceptions. Game 2, 153 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. For a grand total of 426 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. My man, Matt Stafford, faced 7 top 10 defenses. 7. Including the number 1 defense overall. Houston, game 1. He threw for 245 yards, 1 touchdown, no interception. Eagles, he threw for 196 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. San Francisco, he played twice. First game, 3 touchdowns, 0 interception, threw for 389 yards. The second game, he threw for 280 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Jacksonville, 180 yards, 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Seattle, he played twice. 130 yards the first game, 2 touchdowns, 0 interception. 457 yards the second game, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Those are all the numbers. Since we wanted to throw out EPAs and numbers, I gave you the numbers. This is against top 10 teams. For a grand total of 1,879 yards, 20 touchdowns, 1 interception. Drake Maye was 0-2. Against top 10 defenses. Matthew Stafford was 4-3 in those games. 20 touchdowns, 1 interceptions against top 10 defenses. Drake Maye, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Now, we're not even going to, if we add in, it's a regular season game, a regular season sport. Award. So we only could go by regular season. So if we going by, I just want you to pay attention. Those aren't the big name teams. Now we say value. Someone put in the chat. Switch quarterbacks. Put Matt Stafford on the Patriots and then put Drake Maye on the Rams. I'll ask y'all first. And Lou, you answer. Do you think the Patriots still go to the Super Bowl with Matthew Stafford?
Yes.
Do you think Drake Maye take that Rams team to a Super Bowl?
Man, I don't want to take nothing away from Drake Maye, because I do think he's a budding star in this league. But no, the answer for me is no, Tom. I don't believe he takes the Rams to the Super Bowl.
Okay. Now we do know that Matthew Stafford, more touchdowns, more total passing yards, more. You right? And I want to point out, a lot of that came against top 10 defenses. 7 of them came against top 10 defenses. What solidifies you as one of those elite guys? How you play against the top tier talent. Top tier talent. 20 touchdowns and 1 interception in those games. Sound like someone that gets up for the big games. Even in the loss against Seattle, balled out. Now, I don't know why his special teams tend to, in those games, always give up a fumble, a touchdown, something. But he balled out against those teams. Y'all want to tell me how Drake Maye has been looking against these teams in the playoffs? Not Drake.
Yeah, not impressive. Not at all.
Drake Maye, by all means, he's in the Super Bowl. But we not gonna act like. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. I see you delusional in there fighting for Drake Maye, and he has like 500 yards rushing. I don't think it's that much, but and he would get no. See, when you have it here and you're cerebral, you know where you're going. You read defense. You understand. A lot of those, first of all, see, we went to Drake Maye has been brilliant on that deep ball. He has. I give that accuracy. He's been amazing on that deep ball. But tight window throws, those throws that Matthew Stafford fitting in between two players, and the back shoulder throw, man, y'all see some of the throws he's been making this season. You don't see Drake Maye making them on a consistent basis. Matthew Stafford is doing that every game. I mean, some of the throws they were showing, I'm like, goodness. So all I'm saying is Drake Maye has more touchdowns, more yardage, and did it against better teams. These people, Mina Kimes, and I hate to do it to the homie. TD, I listened to you this morning, my brother. I listened to you. All respect and congratulations on all your success. Y'all out the Super Bowl and y'all killing it. But when they asked you, my brother, you sounded just like Mina Kimes. Oh, but the EPA of the defenses, the one that they played, they was that no. Drake, Matthew Stafford played 7 top 10 defenses. Drake Maye only played 2, and that was one team, twice. That's all I'm saying. So when you made a key, TD said a very key point. Oh, they don't play against. You talk about teams overall, but they play against the defenses. Cool. I gave you the defenses that they faced. And what one did against the top defense and what they both did against those top defenses. One of them don't belong here. One of them haven't threw 1 touchdown. One of them threw 20 of them and only have 1 interception. Now they both have 1 interception, but one of them threw 20 touchdowns. So it's a close. I don't think it should have been that close. I'm just be real with you. But they're saying value. Well, that's not. They want to take value. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't the Patriots have the number 4 overall defense this year? Is that not a weapon?
Oh, absolutely it is. Absolutely.
So I'm just saying, if we're going to give stats and say, oh, no, it's the value and this is and that. Now, in terms of total yards, the Patriots are number 1 in total yards.
Mm-hmm.
But, and overall, so listen, all I'm saying is, nah, my brother, no.
Tone, to be fair, right? If I had a pick, Matthew Stafford would have been my MVP. That would have been my pick. To be fair, though, if they would have said yesterday that Drake Maye was the MVP of the league, I wouldn't have been mad at it at all, to be honest with you, Tone.
And that's fair. Yeah, that's a fair.
Because all I'm saying is, like, the Rams, and I see a lot of people in the chat, and I do agree with that premise. Like, I don't think Drake Maye takes the Rams to the Super Bowl, right? With the question you asked earlier. But I do think from a team standpoint, now the Rams have a much more talented roster, especially offensively, than the New England Patriots. And listen, bro, we got to call a spade a spade. The last 4 seasons before this one, the Patriots were 4-12 each season.
Yep.
You could argue, Tone, that a lot of people before the season started would have had the Rams as a Super Bowl favorite. I mean, hell, bro, they were in the championship game last season. Yeah. Right? So
and this season too. This season too. That was in
and this season too, right? So that just goes to show how good that roster is. We know Sean McVay, obviously, over there, coaching-wise, he's one of those ones as well. So I'm just trying to be fair to Drake Maye. If I had a pick, Matthew Stafford is or would have been my pick, and I'm happy for him that he was named the MVP. But I cannot lie, bro. The job that Drake made, and everything you said is valid, Tone. Like, they didn't play a lot of top 10 defenses. The roster was soft, this, that, and the third. But I can't take away what Drake Maye has done. Because even in some of the games, and I'm not saying you did, Tone. I'm just saying, like, that Houston game, for example, in the playoffs, Drake Maye wasn't good. But when his team needed it, he did make that one big time throw to Booty for the touchdown, right? Like, and me and you always talk about the moments and stuff, like
Yeah.
the AFC Championship game against Denver. It's a big third down. You don't want to give Denver the ball back, this, that, and third. Drake Maye seal the game with a 7-yard run, ice the game. Like, again, if he would have been named the MVP, all I'm saying is, Tom, because I heard you say I don't think it was that close. I do think it was close. Again, I think Stafford edged them out. But if Drake Maye would have been named MVP, Tone, I don't think, at least for me, I wouldn't have been mad at it at all. I think he had a very, very good case to be MVP. I just think that Stafford beat him out ultimately. But no, bro, I don't want to take none away from Drake Maye. I think for his second season, what he's done consistently, even when you were reading off the numbers, Tone, there was a lot of games, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Again, being a game manager, just being efficient and doing exactly what the coaching staff and what he needed to do for the team. It wasn't too much, but you could never look at none of those games and be like, well, Drake Maye was the reason the Patriots lost that game or this, that, and third. I think he was consistent for the most part all season long. So I think they had it right with Drake Maye and Stafford being number 1 and number 2. But I do agree with you ultimately that forget about the analytics and EPAs and all that stuff. When and especially the last one you said, Tom, with the 7 games of top 10 defenses, 20 touchdowns, 1 interception. To your point, that's where Stafford, for me, took it to. I mean, that's where he won it. The biggest moments, we know what it is. You're facing a top 10 defense. Matthew Stafford showed up. So I just wanted to say that, though, Tone, that, again, for me, it was close. Stafford edged them out. But nah, bro, Drake Maye, for at least this season, he did put up a strong case to be MVP.
Yeah, no, I didn't. Yeah. I just don't think it was close when it comes like one vote close. I don't think it was that close. And when it comes to, because it says value, he was value. He had great value, but I hate when people like that running game was dynamic. It was.
Oh, absolutely, bro, for sure.
That defense was dynamic. He has a better defense over there. He has, well, I'm not gonna say a better coach because Sean McVay got a Super Bowl, right? And I see somebody put, so we taking that Smarty Jam. We taking the Rams OC head coach. I just want see you're late in here, Smarty Jam. That Patriots has 5 former head coaches on that coaching that coaching staff. 5 of them. Now, wide receiver room, we're taking the Rams wide receiver room hands down. Offensive line, you're trying to tell me that the Rams and the Patriots offensive line, who offensive line are you taking? I'm just trying to figure this out. Sound like Stafford value was diluted into a valuable franchise. You talk about like Drake Maye and one of the most valuable franchises in history. I'm just trying to figure this out. Now they say the best starting front, but yet it's still Patriots had a better defense. So I'm just trying to figure out. This is when things y'all miss me with those type of things because y'all talk about names and individual points. I'm talking about teams that put up. You understand what I'm saying? Hold on, let me go back and get something because I just want to point something out real quick. This can't be right, but you got to get
well in the what's it called too for Stafford while you're looking things up, Tone. Stafford also again, I would say Seattle plays or not Seattle. The Rams play in a tougher division. Obviously that division had
three of their teams made it into the divisional round.
Three teams, Tone, went into the divisional round. What's impressive about what the Rams did, bro, they played Seattle 3 times this season. They also played the 49ers. The 49ers twice.
Yeah.
Because I got it. Yeah. So again, bro, listen.
2 of the top 10 defenses are in their division.
Yeah, 5. Yeah, they played them 5 times. That's crazy.
Seattle, I think they finished 2nd overall in defense. Houston was number Number one, his combined stats against. Listen, he threw 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions in them games. He played in the toughest division in sports this year. Three teams was up there for the top 2 records in the league. 3 of them he played in that division. Nah, man, we not doing that. Nah. Which is, like I say, yes, Drake Maye had a great season. But just like you said, you wouldn't be mad if Drake Maye would have been known. Well, if Drake Maye would have been named the winner, you weren't gonna say, would you have said Matthew Stafford got robbed?
Again, man, that's a tough question, Tone. I think it would be because, when we were kind of talking about backstage and obviously now on the show, a lot of people are saying Drake Maye got robbed. I would say no to that. I don't think Drake Maye got robbed. I think you would have a better argument if Drake Maye would have won it, though, that you could have said that Matthew Stafford got robbed, if that makes sense. I don't think Drake Maye got robbed, but even though I wouldn't have been mad if Drake Maye would have been named MVP, there would have been a stronger case that he got robbed, not the other way around.
And that's why I bought these stats and things, because I'm like, no. You can't say he got robbed. Now, just say you thought Drake Maye was deserving, but to say he got robbed? Where? Because somebody bought an EPAs? What's the EPAs on someone facing the top 10 defense 7 times as opposed to another person facing them twice? And the one that faced it twice had 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. And the one that faced them 7 times had 20 touchdowns and only 1 interception. Give me the EPA on that. Let's speak actual numbers, not EPA expected. What actually happened? What is the defense actual ranking? Not the EPA ranking. What do you expected them to do? Because you know what EPA don't take into consideration? Game planning. Quarterbacks making plays.
Damn, Crypto said Jordan Love had a better EPA.
There you go. That's how you know you could throw EPAs out the window. But yeah, y'all know that was just my spiel, man. Listen, man, I know it's Friday, so you know what I'm saying. People have things to do. But yeah, man, that's my spiel. But we're not gonna. Don't tell me about no one getting robbed. No, he didn't get robbed. The best man won. He got the most votes. And that's it. Joy, love. But Lou, you got anything before we get up out of here, my brother?
Nah, bro, I'm good.
Well, you already know, man. You know what to do.
Hey, man, listen, we appreciate everybody coming through for the Friday episode of the Bliss Pickup. Here after big time football on Sunday. Hopefully everybody enjoys, but we will be getting into our draft prospects. It's that part of the season coming up, so look forward to that. And with that being said, you know what it is. Salute to Jess. Salute to the producer in the back. From my brother Tone, you know who I am. We'll catch y'all Mondays, sometime after 8 o'clock. Because hey man, listen, life be life, and we running late. Go ahead, Tone. What were you gonna say?
No, I would say you could clip that up.
Oh, yeah. Listen, might as well clip it up because we definitely gonna be late. With that being said, though, we'll see y'all Monday, man. It's the Bliss Pickup. Y'all know what it is.
Yeah, you gonna hit the bang, bang, bang.